This one is for the UFC 279 main event. Dun, dun, dun. Khamzat Chimaev taking on Nate Diaz. I could literally talk to you for an hour about this, and there is evidence of that because my breakdown show is an hour long, and I don't talk about anything else other than this fight. Chimaev, of course, is 11-0, undefeated. 6 knockouts, 4 wins by submission, 2 rear naked chokes, 2 darces. Nice and clean, nice and simple record. He's also 3-0 as an amateur, 1 knockout, 1 guillotine, and 1 darce. Nate Diaz on the other side, 21-13 is his record. 5 knockouts, 11 submissions. 4 triangles, 4 guillotines, a rear naked choke, an armbar, and a key lock. And then he also had 3 submissions on the Ultimate Fighter. 1 of each, in fact, a triangle, a guillotine, and a rear naked choke. Nate Diaz is a high volume striker. He's ranked 4th for total strikes among all active fighters in the UFC. He's been around for a long time. He turned pro in 2004. He's had an epic career, which has gone through the Ultimate Fighter, and then through the lightweight division, and then to welterweight, and then back to lightweight, to a title shot, and back to welterweight. The story that he's given us, and you know, all of that was before that 2016, that doubleheader against McGregor, which was really what kind of, I mean, he was already a star, but that made him a superstar. That was 2016. September 2017, Chimaev made his amateur debut. So let's just put that into perspective, because when Nate made his pro debut in 2004, Chimaev was 10. So the timelines of this one are crazy. And if you look at Chimaev versus Diaz right now, it's not a realistic perspective of what Diaz brings to the table. Like, what we expect him to bring to the table is based on, 18 years of professional fighting. Not the last few fights, which have not been the best. Particularly, of course, the last 2. I feel like him landing that left hand against Leon has kind of backfired a little bit. Because had he not landed that and he'd have just been shut out for the whole fight, we wouldn't, I'm doing it as well. We're all Diaz fans. Everybody's a Diaz fan. If you're an MMA fan, you're a Diaz fan. It's very hard to dislike them because they represent something that we all love, which is defiance. That's exactly what's found him in this situation right now. Because what's happened is he's been offered 2 fights by the UFC. They've offered him Diaz trilogy, or they've offered him Chimaev, which is why he was calling out Poirier, because he knew the UFC was going to play this game. And that's exactly what's happened. So he's backed himself into a corner. He said, I'm not fighting McGregor. I'm not relaunching his career in the UFC and giving you that massive payday. They backed him into a corner and he's got Chimaev. And literally backed into a corner. The Dosbrak picture, I've talked about it before. I just love it. It really it captures the essence of this fight for me. It's Diaz looking at a fire escape with the exit sign lit up in big red above it, and Chimaev is sitting on top of it, and Uncle Dana is through the glass on the other side. And that's what it feels like. This feels like Diaz is fighting his way out of his contract. I said it to close out the breakdown show, and I'm going to say it again for you guys right now. To me, it rings true on every level for this fight. I'm a big Diaz fan. I'm a big Chimaev fan. I'm excited to see him make his way to the belt. I'm a big Diaz fan. I'm disappointed to see him having this last fight on his UFC contract like this, when we could have had Tony Ferguson or Dustin Poirier or whoever. I don't even really care that it wasn't McGregor. I just want a more forgiving fight for someone at this stage in his career. Pro since 2004. Amazing. Conor McGregor might have taken everything he worked for, but Chimaev may well take everything he's got left. Enjoy the fights.